Hey Bougie click. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're tackling a topic that's both disturbing and enlightening: coordinated oppression, gang stalking, and collective abuse. Have you ever felt targeted or isolated by a group, whether it's in your workplace, community, or even within your own family? You're not alone, and what you're experiencing may fall under the umbrella of coordinated oppression. In this video, we'll delve into the systematic and organized targeting of individuals through harassment and emotional manipulation, exploring how these dynamics play out in real life. Join us as we learn how to recognize and confront these toxic behaviors in our everyday lives.
I'ma make you a fan.
Coordinated oppression, gang stalking, and collective abuse. Coordinated oppression is the deliberate and organized targeting of an individual through sustained mistreatment, harassment, exclusion, or harm by a group. This practice occurs in various settings, such as personal relationships, workplaces, communities, or even within broader societal or spiritual contexts. It involves intentional collaboration among individuals to undermine, isolate, or inflict emotional, social, or physical harm on the targeted person. The impacts of coordinated oppression are profound and far-reaching, as the collective actions of the group create a hostile and oppressive environment that deeply affects the targeted individual's well-being and daily life. Key characteristics: deliberate coordination. The mistreatment is systematic and organized, involving a group with a shared intent to target the individual. These groups range from family units or workplaces to larger communities or entities in metaphysical contexts. Targeted harassment. Actions include bullying, exclusion, surveillance, and psychological manipulation specifically aimed at causing distress. Harassment can manifest overtly, e.g., verbal abuse, or covertly, e.g., gaslighting or subtle intimidation. Psychological and emotional impact. Victims experience significant isolation, anxiety, depression, hypervigilance, and distress as a result of constant targeting. Prolonged exposure to such mistreatment can lead to long-term mental health challenges. Power imbalance. The group dynamics establish a profound power disparity, leaving the targeted individual feeling powerless and vulnerable. Real-life applications. Here are a few scenarios that illustrate this phenomenon. Workplace bullying. In some workplaces, employees may band together to ostracize or undermine a colleague. This could involve spreading rumors, excluding the individual from important meetings, or sabotaging their work. The coordinated effort creates a hostile environment, leaving the targeted person feeling isolated and powerless. Family scapegoating. Similar to Cinderella's story, some families designate one member as the scapegoat, blaming them for the family's problems. This can involve emotional abuse, exclusion, and a collective effort to diminish the individual's self-worth. Community harassment. In some cases, individuals have reported being targeted by groups within their community. This could include coordinated efforts to spread false information, vandalize property, or intimidate the person into leaving the area. Social media pylons. Online platforms have become a breeding ground for coordinated oppression. Groups of individuals may target someone with harassment, threats, or doxing, publishing private information in an organized manner, often amplifying the psychological impact. Historical and systemic oppression. On a larger scale, coordinated oppression can be seen in systemic racism, sexism, or other forms of institutionalized discrimination. For example, apartheid in South Africa was a state-sanctioned system of oppression that targeted non-white populations through laws, policies, and social practices. These examples highlight how coordinated oppression can occur in various settings, from personal relationships to societal structures. Coordinated oppression, the systematic targeting of individuals, through the lens of Cinderella. Coordinated oppression is not a figment of imagination. It's a disturbingly real pattern of behavior in which a group bands together to mistreat, isolate, and dominate an individual. This organized effort, often rooted in power dynamics, jealousy, or self-preservation, creates an environment where the targeted person is stripped of their dignity, autonomy, and sometimes, their identity. To truly understand the mechanics of coordinated oppression, there's no better case study than the fairy tale of Cinderella. Her story is more than just a whimsical tale of magic and romance, it's a textbook example of how systemic mistreatment operates within a tightly woven group dynamic. The architecture of oppression. Coordinated oppression thrives on collective complicity. The oppressors, whether they're family members, colleagues, or societal groups, align their actions to create a persistent web of harassment and control. In the case of Cinderella, her stepmother and stepsisters are not merely individuals acting in isolation, they are a calculated unit working together to diminish her humanity. The stepmother, the de facto leader of this oppressive microcosm, directs the mistreatment, ensuring her daughters follow suit. Cinderella is relegated to the role of a servant, not because she lacks worth or capability, but because the group needs a scapegoat to maintain their own fragile sense of superiority. This systematic targeting is designed to strip the victim of agency and make them dependent on the very group that oppresses them. The stepmother's control over Cinderella's labor, access to resources, and social opportunities exemplifies this perfectly. By forcing her to cook, clean, and remain in rags, they deprive her of the ability to rise above her circumstances, reinforcing the oppressive dynamic. The psychological warfare. Coordinated oppression is as much psychological as it is physical. Cinderella is not merely overworked, she is gaslit into believing that her position is immutable and that she is undeserving of anything better. Every sneer, dismissive glance, and insult from her stepsisters reinforces a narrative of inferiority. The constant reinforcement of these messages creates a cycle of mental entrapment. Cinderella's reality becomes defined by the group's perception of her, which is the hallmark of coordinated oppression, replacing the individual's sense of self with the distorted image imposed by the oppressors. Moreover, the group dynamic plays a critical role in perpetuating this oppression. The stepsisters gain validation from following their mother's lead, participating in the abuse to secure their own standing in the family hierarchy. This dynamic is central to coordinated oppression. The group benefits from the oppression of the individual, whether through social cohesion, access to resources, or the fulfillment of their own insecurities. The social implications. Cinderella's plight also reveals the larger societal mechanics of coordinated oppression. While her stepfamily's actions are the most overt, the silence and inaction of others, such as the extended community, are equally telling. Where were the neighbors when Cinderella was being mistreated? Why didn't anyone question her exclusion from societal events? This silence speaks to a broader phenomenon. Society often turns a blind eye to oppression, either out of fear, indifference, or complicity. This broader social apathy allows coordinated oppression to thrive. Without external intervention, the victim is left trapped in a cycle of abuse. Cinderella's eventual escape is not facilitated by the society around her, rather, it requires supernatural intervention in the form of her fairy godmother. This underscores how deeply embedded systems of oppression can be, often requiring extraordinary circumstances for the individual to break free. The resilience of the oppressed. Despite the relentless mistreatment, Cinderella's story is also one of resilience. Even under the crushing weight of coordinated oppression, she retains her kindness, hope, and sense of self. This is no small feat. The ability to maintain inner strength in the face of systemic mistreatment is rare and profound. It speaks to the enduring human spirit and the possibility of redemption, even in the darkest circumstances. Cinderella's eventual triumph is not merely a tale of magical transformation, it's a testament to her ability to reclaim her identity and rewrite the narrative imposed by her oppressors. When she attends the ball and captivates the prince, she defies everything her stepfamily has conditioned her to believe about herself. Her story is an allegory of overcoming coordinated oppression through resilience and self-reclamation. Conclusion. Coordinated oppression is a deeply entrenched phenomenon that operates through group dynamics, psychological manipulation, and social complicity. Cinderella's story provides a vivid and timeless case study of how this pattern unfolds and the devastating impact it can have on the targeted individual. However, her narrative also offers hope, showing that, even in the face of relentless oppression, reclaiming one's agency and identity is possible. In the end, Cinderella's victory is not just about marrying a prince, it's about breaking free from the chains of coordinated oppression and proving that no group's collective malice can permanently define an individual's worth. Her story reminds us to recognize and challenge oppression wherever it occurs, whether in the guise of a fairy tale or the realities of everyday life. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the disturbing yet crucial topic of coordinated oppression. We've explored how collective abuse operates within various contexts, from personal relationships to broader societal structures, and how it mirrors the classic tale of Cinderella. If you found this discussion enlightening or thought-provoking, please give us a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences and perspectives matter, and starting conversations about these issues is vital. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, so you never miss out on our future videos tackling important social topics. Together, let's continue to challenge oppressive dynamics and empower those who are silenced. Until next time, remember, everyone deserves to be heard, valued, and treated with dignity. Stay strong and take care. What do you think? Are you being oppressed by a group of people? Let me know in the comments section. Stay bougie. Follow and support me. All links in bio. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check description for more info. New episodes every day.